Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Butterrflyy, but you can call me Fly. And honestly, you're probably wondering what the title is all about, and honestly, it's kind of just me reminiscing a little bit. So I was playing a little bit of ranked, as I've been doing, heavily grinding on it. Let's rewind that little statement there. And so I decided to go ahead, hop off, and just kind of chill. And I looked at my notifications on my Xbox. Turns out I had 69 notifications for captures. So many little clips and like screenshots and just so much stuff that I've recorded over the years. And I was like, just hit with so much nostalgia. And a lot of it was like stuff that maybe have been silly, maybe stuff that was just super cheesy and I'm like, why did I even record this, or silly stuff like that. But then I got to stuff about my favorite Call of Duty of all time, and I honestly don't think I've ever shared this on the channel, what my favorite Call of Duty is. But you guys are probably gonna look at me and maybe cringe, maybe agree with me, maybe you're gonna be like, nah man, you're off your rocker. But my favorite Call of Duty of all time is honestly World War II. That game, I loved everything about that game, down to a T. The sad part is it was the time where Fortnite was kind of getting popular for me, and I started to like drag myself away from Call of Duty, and I started playing Fortnite a lot more. I never gave it the attention that it deserved. I remember there was like the boot camp thing, the little hub where you could kind of chill at, where we opened up our supply drops. We could show it off to other people, like it had both sides shown to us and other people that were kind of on the other side of it. So there was cool things like that. There was cool things like the firing range where we had all the plates to go ahead and shoot. And it was such a cool little thing because you could have your character with whatever uniform you managed to unlock, whatever unique uniform you unlock. Whatever weapons you have, they were on your back. Other people could see maybe you had the mastery camo and it was on your weapon and it was attached to your backpack or on your back. It was just a small feature of that game, but it was the biggest thing to me because it was the coolest thing Call of Duty has ever introduced to us. You got to roam around. You had all kinds of stuff that you could do. You could test out like score streaks. You could get up to these like glitch spots and get up on top of the buildings. And there was even like a ball that changed with every season that we encountered. There was a whole Christmas tree. It was all snowy all over the place. And it feels like we've gone backwards so much because now we don't even have anything remotely close to that. We have a lobby where you'll be lucky enough if it doesn't like glitch your character out while you're trying to load into a match. There's all these cool things thought up for the Call of Duties over time, and it just slowly feels like we've gone backwards to where now the game just like bare bones. Something that I've heard a lot recently and I really agree with is I feel like Call of Duty should just have its own single standing thing, like CSGO or something like that, where it's just one little thing. It gets updated over time and it just gets some tweaks here or there, and then whenever the time comes where it needs to update its graphics, or like 3 generations of consoles come out from now or whatever the case may be, that's whenever we could finally upgrade. And they could do things like they did in Warzone, OG Warzone, and MW 2019, kind of a little bit mixed there, but where they added Terminator in and they did the whole camo challenge in that, and how they have the Cherry Blossom event going on right now. Little camos like that, because I know a lot of people just like to play Call of Duty and grind the camos. That could be something that they continuously add to the game. Like, hey, we have a new camo that we made. I mean, honestly, if we didn't have bundles that we could buy in the store and everything that had fancy camos, then they could make whatever kind of camo they want for the events and stuff like that we could grind for and add to maybe one weapon, or maybe only a class setup of weapons, or maybe like they did now where we have one style that we can unlock for each individual class, and then overall a camo that we unlock for everything whenever the time comes. Like, if you really get down to the nitty-gritty of it and get really nitpicky about each and everything, the coolest thing that each Call of Duty had, they could simply make a masterpiece. And it's It's simple as that. At this point, we're just recycling. Kinda sucks because they could recycle things into one thing and then build off that thing. And I'm not gonna lie, I think that it would be really cool if they did do something like that, because then part of me even believes that that could bring back the Prestige Master sort of stuff. Like Black Ops 2 days, where we had high levels Prestige Masters, and I would look at a Prestige Master and be like, man, that's sick. That's crazy. Part of me would be a little bit shaking in my boots, you know, because I'd be like, man, I'm about to just absolutely get spit on right now, and this guy's gonna stomp me into the ground. But another part of me was like, man, mad respect, you know? Say somebody plays the game just non-stop for days on end, weeks on end, months on end, years on end, whatever the case may be, they could build up a singular level, and it could just go on for countless time. Maybe they can make it harder to level up. Maybe the Master Prestige is level 1,000, whatever. You just have a number accumulate to some extent, and then a newbie gets in the game and they're like, man, that's crazy. That guy's level 1,000, and it's how hard to level up. That could bring back that Prestige Master feel that you get back in Black Ops 2 or something like that. I don't know, all around I just feel like Call of Duty's really gone backwards. I mean, if we really sit down and think about it and just kind of look at the state at which everything's in, yeah, it's super great that we've gotten some of the things that we have gotten in this game. It's super cool that they introduced something like DMZ. I think the raids are cool. I've never really gotten too heavily into those, but I always thought raids were cool. I think they did a pretty solid job on ranked, and I hope that ranked for Warzone goes well as well. All around, I still feel like at the end of the day, Call of Duty could be in such a better state if we had just one singular Call of Duty, like Call of Duty Mobile. If you look at Call of Duty Mobile, I think everybody can agree Call of Duty Mobile has just about everything that we want in something like Modern Warfare 2, or just a singular console PC all around game. Then on top of that, if we really get into it, I think for Warzone, if we really think about it, King Kong versus Godzilla was sick. It wasn't that bad. Was it kind of upsetting we didn't get to see King Kong and Godzilla just completely duke it out? Maybe even for like a cinematic trailer or something would have been cool. Just something that they could have done up where it's both of them fighting on Caldera. That would have been sick. We didn't get that, but at the end of the day, both of them being in the game, getting to go ahead and play Warzone while both of them are on the map, huge and massive. It added a little bit of a different change of pace. One of them throwing boulders across the map, the other one's shooting laser beams. You could get a score streak and make it interactive where you could plant one of their attacks on a certain spot and use it to your advantage. It's just, it was a cool thing. And what they accomplished with Warzone is kind of what would be cool just for Call of Duty, period. They managed to compile 3 different Call of Duties into one mode, and I just simply think that it would be crazy if they could just do that for the entire game itself. And I'm not gonna lie, things like supply drops really weren't that bad, but being used as microtransactions and stuff, that's probably where it got bad. All they have to really do is just use them as rewards, use them as something to work for, like make us do 5 daily challenges or something, and then we get a supply drop. And then maybe make a more challenging one. Say they want to go ahead and do something like win a match or ranked as a daily challenge. Maybe that could give us a little bit of a better supply drop. Honestly, something like that. I really think supply drops were a cool thing. I think they were something to look forward to. That's something that I always liked over there in like Overwatch, for example. I always loved being able to just play a match to win a match, and then I get to open up a little crate. I thought it was something cool, something to look forward to, and potentially unlock something new. With that, they could introduce customizable characters back into the game. Even if it's just a little piece of armor for a helmet or something like that. Things like they did over in Black Ops 3. And then they could still add stuff to go ahead and buy, like how they had Jigsaw, how they had Shredder, and they could still have that stuff and unlockable, customizable stuff for characters. and I think they'd still do just fine. They could simply just dumb down the stuff that you unlock, the stuff that you can use to customize a character. And I don't mean customizing your character like it's some GTA character, nothing like that, but I mean just base characters. How we have like all these default characters that are kind of just like no names. Give us stuff to customize them, like Farah, how she just got a new character that you can go ahead and buy in a bundle. We could have that black cape and black outfit that she has as an unlockable in a supply crate. Like, I don't know, it doesn't have to be crazy stuff, but just something to work for, something cool to just work for on the daily would be nice in Call of Duty. It doesn't have to be something that's crazy. They could literally just give us a supply drop as a reward on the daily. Like right now, all we really have is just grinding for camos for the most part. A lot of us bang that out in no time flat. And yeah, that's on our part. That's our fault. At the same time, it's also kind of like they could do a little bit more. But the foundation of that would have to be creating a game that's one singular game and just branching out off of that. But I think that's enough rambling for one video. Hope you guys did enjoy this one. If you guys have any thoughts and opinions, branch off of something that I said, or maybe your own ideas that you think would be cool for a standalone Call of Duty, put them down in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. I think it'd be cool to see everybody else's thoughts and kind of, who knows, maybe we could all as a huge Call of Duty community just band together as all these thoughts, and maybe one day we'll all be on the same page to where the devs are like, you know what? That's not a half bad idea. But that's it for this week's COD Wednesday. And with that, peace out, Monarch Militia. And as always, spread love, radiate positivity, and try to smile. See ya.